I'm delighted to have with me my good friend and Stack&Tilt authorised instructor Clive Jenkins. Clive, hi first of all.
Hi, nice to be here.
And happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
It's Clive's birthday today. Do you want to say what number it is?
I'm 70.
70 years young today. We went out last night and had a couple of glasses of bubbly and celebrated your birthday. And
we had a great night with the chief and Martin was also there, took us out, so it was very nice, yes.
It's great to see you, Clive. You and I go back some time. We're actually from the same part of the UK, right? We
are North Hertfordshire lads. We come from a part just north of London where I will not mention which team you support, so we'll just move on from that.
We might come back to the football later. Okay. What I'd like to do in these little interviews with the authorised instructors is just allow you to share your experience with Stack&Tilt and how you got into it, your background with it, your story, and what it's done for your coaching over however many years it's been now. When did you what was your first experience of Stack&Tilt?
Well, I'll go back even further. When I left England to emigrate basically as a golf professional to Germany in 1977, after trying, pretty unsuccessfully to play on the European tour for 3 years. I had 3 main sponsors and 2 left, so there was no way you could finance that yourself on the tour. So I thought, well, okay, I was a qualified professional because my father insisted I did the PGA exams a long time ago. So I thought, well, okay, mainland Europe are crying out for instructors, because it was booming in France and Germany and Holland and Belgium, maybe even Denmark, and they didn't have any golf professionals. So I thought, well, that seems a pretty good way to go. Let's see if I can get a coaching job abroad and work 7 days a week for a year and put myself back on the tour. And in the end, I ended up staying because the club liked me so much that they let me play in small tournaments, which was easy money for me because I was playing against German golf teachers, and I was a playing pro in those days. So I was picking up some nice pocket money in those days. So I ended up staying all this time, and it must have been 17 years ago. Someone gave me the Stack&Tilt book. To read. So
in your time between arriving in Germany in 77, you say, and you were teaching from that point on.
Yes.
So you didn't really hear about Stack&Tilt until early 2000s?
No, I was near Frankfurt in Germany. I moved to West Berlin, which was an amazing time to teach and coach and play up there in West Berlin, obviously. Okay. Then there was the time of the headhunters, and I got a very nice head professional's job in Mannheim, and then I was taken away to another course to start a golf academy, and then where I've been now for the last 22 years has been quite successful. And as I say, just by chance I discovered the Stack&Tilt book and thought that sounds really good.
What attracted you to it specifically?
The simplicity of it, the logic of it.
Right.
The logic of it. I understood it straight away. The pictures, the photographs, how Andy and Mike explained how this all works and how it really can only work that way. So I thought, well, I've got to meet these guys.
How was your teaching to that point, would you say?
I did my best.
Yeah.
But I could only teach what I'd been taught.
Sure.
So there was all of this classic stuff which nobody knows what is the classic stuff. So it was, I would say, looking back now, disappointing. But not then. I was doing my best and probably teaching things that I was doing as well. Being not a bad player, which is a mistake possibly, but that's how
I think that's a very common scenario. Though. A lot of players who stop playing, get into teaching, teach what they did, and hopefully they find the education along the way. And so your first experience with Stack&Tilt was you saw the book, was given the book, did you say?
I bought the book.
You bought the book?
Yeah.
Okay. And your curiosity
I read it within, I think 2 days.
Yeah.
And read it again and again, and I thought I've got to meet these guys. And the first contact I had was actually with James Ridyard, and James told me, well, they're doing a talk in the Belfry in England. So I booked a room and flew over and was just blown away I sat in the front row, and I got my book autographed. Best wishes from and I never stopped. I just kept finding out where they were. We were in Bristol in England. There was a group of us called the Bedfordshire Boys. there's Martin Park and Darren Hopwood and a few others who were there. James Ridgard was there, and that was an amazing weekend we had there. In fact, Martin, who was also one of my mentors, although he's a lot younger than me, was a pupil there. You know, I still remember in the Swan Hotel, and we were having breakfast. I said, Martin, they're behind you, Andy, and he was excited as well. You know, so in fact, I think Martin had to be in his car to take him to the golf club that day. So, and then we progressed on to Spain, to all these weekends we were doing.
You came to Portugal
with yourself.
Yeah.
The two of us were tested in a room. We were sweating blood, doing the right shoulder tilts and turns, and it was very tiring, but we were quite successful, I think, at doing that. And it went on, and I think 2011 I got my authorised certification, and I've never looked back since.
It's within our Stack&Tilt community, Clive, you're regarded as a bit of a specialist when it comes to coaching juniors. Do you want to tell us a bit about your program in Germany and what that looks like?
Yeah, it's the thing I enjoy doing most, working with young, really, you know, prospectively good junior players and teaching them this amazing system which works, as we know, and watching them progress and basically beating everybody in the county doing stack and tilt swings and getting in trouble for doing it. You know, I was county trainer in Germany for quite a few years. Actually got the job without telling them I was doing stack and tilt, and only the last few years when jealousy started coming in, and the success was unbelievable. The improvement for the kids was incredible. It was so much fun, but they still couldn't accept it. So they used my age as an excuse to get rid of me basically now, but I've kept all my juniors.
Well done.
So they've stayed with me.
The results speak volumes.
It should do.
They do. I remember seeing how often you would post the swings and the results of your juniors in our private page online, and I think that also gives validity to the system and shows that, as you say, it works. So it's a shame that some people aren't so open-minded.
Well, we had a young girl here last year, fantastic player. She may be thinking of trying her luck as a professional. She's 18 years old now. Andy and Martin were absolutely, we say in German, begeistert. They were fascinated with her swing and how constantly she could hit a golf ball, how predictive her shots were, and she's getting better and better and better. So we'll be seeing her in the summer at my place in Germany, where we're doing a special camp, and I have one junior here with my assistant professional with a pro for my golf club. He's 15 years old now, and maybe you'll get a few shots of him swing on the range the next few days here, and we hope that Andy may have a chance just for 10 or 15 minutes to have a look at his swing for us.
You've done an amazing job. You should be very proud. We're very proud of you, so thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
So what are you doing here this week in Spain, other than celebrating your birthday with us? What are you doing here?
Well, I've brought 3 students along to the camp, which I try to do most years, and we also had an authorised instructor day, which is great because it's just fantastic being with such a tremendous group of friends. And we are friends. We're friends.
We are friends, and we're like-minded coaches to be able to, as you're doing this week, and I've certainly done it as well, bringing students along to a teaching school, 3 days of golf school.
Yeah.
A lot of teachers certainly, and students might be surprised to say that they would bring their students to something like that, because it would be conflicting, or it would be potential competition. But we're all in this together because we teach the same system, and we know that the players, and ultimately as coaches, the players are our main priority. The players are going to benefit from spending time with Andy and Martin and Timo and Billy, and just getting that same system and that same message reinforced.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to spending a couple of days with you, Clive. It's been great to see you as ever, and if we want to see each other again, we can just pop down the pub in Stevenage High Street, and
which we've done before. Yeah.
I look forward to spending a couple of days with you. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
No problem.
And here's to the next 10 years.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.